Mail as a brand is as big a brand as Rolls-Royce, a bigger brand as Heinz. Everybody knows Royal Mail. We are the postal service. We've kind of gone from being a letters delivery company who deliver some parcels, and we're heading towards being a parcel company that delivers some letters. Transition is difficult for any company anyway, and this is a massive transition. And coronavirus it's changed everything. There's no rule book for this. I guess people will be writing rule books for the next pandemic.
Early on in the year, January, I heard about the coronavirus, but we didn't think much of it.
I thought within a couple of months it'd all be over and normality would resume straight away.
There was this new virus in this place in China called Wuhan, and it was never going to come here like it's in China. It's just one of those things that everyone just thought, oh, yeah.
And then one day it just changed.
It's on the news every day, and you just felt that it was getting closer and closer to you.
It went from being a kind of abstract, distant threat to something that was starting to become really real.
I didn't think it was going to be this serious at all, until I heard what Boris said.
The time has now come for us all to do more. From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
I thought, goodness, we are in for it.
The feeling of the government telling everybody to stay at home, but not you. You've got to carry on going to work. Yes, initially it's a bit like, hang on a minute, how's this right? But of course you've got to understand that the country still needs to keep going, and one of the things that keeps the country going is the post.
It took a while to sink in, really, because I was just doing what I'd been doing for the last 2 years, and gradually you start to realise things have changed here and what we're doing is important.
I remember when full lockdown first came in, and out on my round, and the streets were so quiet, eerily quiet. There was zero traffic, so yeah, it was really weird. It did feel like an apocalypse. And that's when you really got a feel from the people of how you were valued.
As soon as everyone was told to stay at home, we had shielders that had to go off. There was also, I think, people that were just like really scared, and they were like, we're not going to work. And then so many orders came through, it just became ridiculous.
In 20 odd years being with the business, I've never seen such volumes. I've been through nearly 20 Christmases. The volumes were increasing. We were having more and more people shielding. We were having more and more people isolating.
It just exploded, and it wasn't just one way. We had people shopping online for things that we would never usually expect to see through there. Toilet rolls, drink, everything came through, and it was just astounding for us.
We had to follow all the guidance, what the government was saying, what we had to do, but our work wasn't stopping. It was increasing, and it was increasing quick, and day by day it was getting busier and busier.
But the other side of it was, how do we look after our staff?
We had this really early on this mantra of protect our people, protect our country, protect our company, and that in very deliberately in that order, to show that the health, safety and well-being of our people was the first priority.
We just wanted our people as safe as possible, so it was trying to gather as much advice as you could from government or anybody else if they're carrying out their role keeping the country connected.
In my life, I've never heard of anything like social distancing. And that's when it started to creep in and saying, look, we have to stay 2 meters away from people. We have to wear a mask. We have to wash our hands regularly. It was starting getting a bit scary at the beginning then.
You can be prepared in terms of your policy and your standards and your tools. What you can't be prepared for is how that will infiltrate your organisations.
You've got a lot of PPE and whatever, you know, all the masks and the hand sanitizer. They even supply you with wipes to wipe the vehicles down with, you know, the steering wheel, and little hand sanitizer to take with you, which put my mind at ease.
So with the lockdown happening, the parcels increasing, people are off self-isolating, we as posties step up and we work harder.
With what was going on and with the mail ramping up as well, there was more pressure for us to keep the vehicles on the road because they just needed more and more vehicles.
If this would happen 5 years ago, we would really have been struggling. Because of the parcel sort machine and the capability of that machine, it did actually help a lot.
We had to adapt quickly. Dropping parcels off at customers' houses, we had to leave them on the front doorsteps straight away. The handheld devices, van shares, people that shared the vans had to walk with trolleys. We're walking extra miles. We had to get the job done. There's nothing we can do. We can't just, we can't do this today, we can't do that. People were still getting their parcels every day and we just worked harder.
That's what it was. It was people suddenly going, you know, this is not a drill anymore. We need to just get this done. And it's all hands to the pump. And there was a call out, I think nationally, for all of us central functions people to help out in operations like we might do at Christmas.
The parcels volumes are really high, which is fantastic. We're achieving what the company needs and what the country needs, more importantly, to supply parcels through to customers who've been at home. But it puts a lot of challenges on our operation.
We knew that we had to clear the floor. We knew we had to get stuff out. So overtime went through the roof. Agency resources went through the roof. Managers would systematically do above and beyond because we needed to. It's not just the physical side of the work. There needs to be the reporting side as well. And without that, we can't exist.
I remember during my first few days as the CEO, and I was thinking, you know, this situation's around us, and I was thinking, how can we help? And I do think we've been an amazing help, because in many ways, against the odds, we have continued to deliver exactly what it is that our customers wanted. And I think we've done it with amazing teamwork.
I think it's brought us together. I think it's, in some ways, it's highlighted some better ways of working as well for us. You know, some changes that we've made that we wouldn't have necessarily made had this not happened.
It's constantly learning, improving. Obviously, there's been massive changes over the last 12 months with COVID and one-way systems and social distancing, but it's still about making the business work, keeping everyone safe in here, getting the work out as quickly and as efficiently as possible, because that's what matters.
I think everybody's doing their own bit in their own way, whether it's carrying on working or being locked up in their homes. Everyone's doing what they've got to do.
What we've seen, and a real sense of community with our delivery units, dressing up, trying to cheer the community, going way beyond just providing a basic service, and a real sense of pride in being able to serve their customers during this period of time.
Normally when you're out, people are out talking to you and stuff like that, and just lost everybody really. Everybody's inside, nobody was smiling anymore, so I just wanted to do something that made people smile again.
Well, it's nice to be able to do something, for helping people and that, and that's what it's all about, in these times. We've never experienced anything like this before, have we?
To every postman and woman, I want to say thank you for playing your part in the national effort to fight coronavirus.
I'm meeting our incredible posties who've been doing such an extraordinary job throughout this year, keeping people in touch. They've been delivering test kits, they've been making sure that people get the PPE, the personal protective equipment they need.
Your dedication, professionalism and friendliness have made such a difference to people's lives.
Very proud to work for Royal Mail. I always have been. I love my job. But now, with what happened over the last year, and it's still happening, it's not over for us. It's not over at all. We're still delivering the all-important PPE equipment. We're still delivering the vaccination letters, the prescriptions. It's all still coming through. It's not over by any means at all.
We've seen the reliance that there's been now, particularly if you think about prescriptions and medicine. We're able to get that out to people.
There was a quick reaction time needed. We also knew that we had a business to run. We really respected the government's attitude of us, that we were key workers. We're going to hold the country together, which we have done since the beginning, right up to now.
That this is a marvellous public service, and when the chips are down, postal workers are there and keep people connected. That was at the forefront of our mind. This was clearly going to be a moment when our organisation and postal workers would step up, and they would without even asking them.
When it first happened, we were seeing people going off sick with COVID. The symptoms that people were communicating with was pretty scary, frightening.
The saddest part of it is that's the risk that we've all had to take. I feel like as a company, they've done what they could do to stop that, but it's always sad when you hear about people passing away.
It's been a very, very difficult year for all, especially when you hear some of your colleagues who's not made it. So I would like to send our condolences to those brave postmen and women who lost their lives, and to those who are still suffering with this COVID.
What you do and the service you provide makes such a difference to so many people, and we would truly be lost without you.
Like, we did this all together. If it wasn't for all of us, the country wouldn't be where it is right now.
I think that it's been a very challenging year. As a group, as a business, we've sort of pulled through.
I'm so proud to be a poster. I'm proud of Royal Mail. I'm proud to be on the streets, keeping everyone connected.
One of the things I would hope is that the public see the sacrifice and the willingness that our people have had to potentially, be in a more risky situation than someone just working at home for the greater good.
There's still a family element to us and a community side. Everybody usually knows the postman. We could get out to people, and we dedicated to doing that, even though it was difficult.
I believe we have a wonderful opportunity now of reinventing this British icon for the next generations. Can you imagine what the world would be like in another 500 years when Royal Mail is still owning that trust at the doorstep in a very, very new way?
I'm always proud to wear the uniform. I'm proud to be a postie. And I'm proud I've played my part during this pandemic.
I've been here 22 years. It's a very, very big part of my life. Yeah, I'm Royal Mail through and through.